Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this Q&A session for the dietary dish competition session, where we want to have an interactive session where we get to answer questions that you may be having interacted or having interfaced with the information out there. So welcome. We want to take just a few minutes to have to answer your questions, but also before we do that, we would really want to speak or give an overview of the competition. So before we get into that, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Margaret Ngetha. I work with GAIN based out of the Nairobi office. I am the project manager for the Dietary Shift competition. With me, I have colleagues who have joined and they are supporting me in this competition. I will allow them, and in this webinar, I will allow them to introduce themselves, then we can get started. Let me hand it on to Debjani.
Thank you so much, Maggie. Hi, everyone. I'm Debjani. I'm the Knowledge Management and Mobilization Manager for GAIN, and I look after the project called Nutrition Connect, its knowledge platform. Very glad to be here in this information session for the Dietary Shifts Competition 2024.
Thanks, yeah, thanks, Debjani, and welcome. And we are also joined by a colleague called Ruth. Please, Ruth, introduce yourself.
All right, thank you. My name is Ruth Munyenye. I work with both Maggie and Debjani. I work in the Nutrition Connect platform, and I'll be supporting, I'll be part of the support team for this competition and the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ruth. We also do have other colleagues that I'm going to introduce, and they're part of this webinar. We do have Saroj. Just to note that this competition is happening in Indonesia and Kenya. And so we have Saroj, who is helping us with managing both countries, and he's here. Welcome, Saroj, and I know he'll get an opportunity maybe to respond to some of the queries. We do also have Vidya, who is coming all the way from Indonesia, so she's here with us just to learn, and also we are happy to have you, Vidya, on board. So feel welcome, and allow me to start off with this session. And I'll begin by saying, why is it important, or why are we doing DISH? And the DISH competition stands for Dietary Shift. And this competition, we launched it last month, end of last month. It is an initiative that has been launched by Global Alliance for Improved Nutrition, that is GAIN. We have EAT under the EAT Lancet Commission, and we also have an organization called FOLU, that's the Food and Land Use Organization. So we are in these three are partnering to ensure that we promote dietary shifts, or we just promote that communities are eating healthier diets. And also, as we do so, we are taking care of our environment. So, and the reason we would ask ourselves then, why Kenya? Why is it important to us? Why does this matter? And it's for the obvious reasons. Now, you all may be aware that last year there was a survey that was released, and in terms of how we are doing in terms of undernourished children and starving children, we are still at 18%. We still do have part of our population that is high in obesity or overweight, standing at 18% of women. We are also having 4% of women, of men. And so we are having what we call the triple burden of malnutrition. So we have children who are undernourished. We have children who are overnourished or overweight. We also have what we call the hidden hunger, or the micronutrient deficiencies. So this really, really matters for us as Kenyans. So the other reason why it matters is because within the big cities, or within the big towns, we have seen, particularly the middle class and the younger people increasingly consuming fast food, or people just consuming what we'd call unhealthy diets. So we are having people having preference to have fast foods, feeding their children, or having diets that are not really balanced. The other thing is that we have seen the cost of food is also very high, and so people are not able to really afford a balanced diet. There is increased inflation, the standards of living or the cost of living has really gone up, and so people cannot be able to afford just a balanced, or not many Kenyans are able to afford a balanced diet. But then again, we are asking ourselves then, what can we do? And there is hope because we are believing that we can have local solutions by Kenyans to help us promote healthy eating and sustainable diets within our communities. And when I look at it, I know that Kenya has different regions, at different places, people eat differently. So for instance, if you're looking at the central Kenya, we have a lot of people consuming a lot of starch. So for instance, we commonly say that, for instance, if I use one county, we say cash crop ya Nyandarua ni waru. So people are consuming those starch, and we are saying, how can we make them consume more vegetables? How can we make Kenyans consume more fruits? How can we make Kenyans consume more whole grain foods? How can we make Kenyans consume less of highly processed foods or foods that are highly sugared and highly salted? So this is the essence of this competition. And so we are looking for creative, practical, scalable solutions from Kenyans that will help us trigger and also enable Kenyans to change our eating habits to more sustainable and more healthier diets. So having said that, then who are we looking at to participate? So we are looking at just a very broad category of people who can participate. So one, we are looking for entrepreneurs or people in the food businesses. This could be from production all the way to marketing, or what I would call from production or from farm to fork. We are looking for companies. We are looking for individuals within the food sector. We are looking for policymakers, because for us to have these shifts, then there needs to be some policy shifts. We are looking for people who will help us make our food more desirable. This could be the chefs who can help in cooking. We are ideally looking for communication experts. We are looking for food service leaders, all those people who are doing in one way or the other, promoting, it can be the local foods or healthy diets, or just to make sure that Kenyans can change their eating habits to eating more healthier diets. So since inception, then we are saying, whom are we, or how many applications are we targeting? So we hope that we can be able to get at least 250 solutions, innovative solutions, or if we may, we can call them 250 applications in Kenya. Our aim is that we can be able to get these applications from across all the 47 counties. Particularly, we are able to get very contextualized solutions from what I would call the nutrition hotspots, or where we have very high levels of malnutrition, or also in areas where we really feel that people really need to change their eating habits. So this is the reason why we feel as GAIN, as FOLU, as it is important for Kenyans to see, or to bring on board everyone, all the food system actors, to help us change the way we have been eating to more healthier diets. And as we do so, we'll also take care of our environment. So I just wanted to give a background of the competition and why it is important to us. But at this point, I want to invite my colleague Debjani to speak about the competition and how we should be able to submit, or if we are submitting an application or a solution, what are some of the things that we need to consider? What are some of the things that we need to put, and how should it be so that it's competitive and it can win? So allow me to pass it on to Debjani.
Thanks so much, Maggie. I also just want to take the thread from what you just mentioned about the challenges that Kenya faces in terms of food and nutrition. There is a larger implication of what we eat and what we do not eat. And that really is what has impact on both planet and people. So the idea of this competition also stemmed from the fact that there is a acknowledged need by every component within the food value chain, really, whether it's a producer, whether it's a processor, whether it's a distributor, retailer, or consumer. Everybody really is cognizant and acknowledges the fact that there is a shift that is required in terms of diets, which can be the powerful driver of change. if we are able to produce, supply, and consume sustainably food, which is really the essence of all human life, then we can make positive impacts on climate, on soil, on environment in general, and of course, human life and well-being and health. So the Eat Lancet Commission outlined in 2019, it came up with a Planetary Health Diet and a report thereof. The Planetary Health Diet was a recommendation, it was a guideline, it was a flexible recommendation of food intake levels, different types of food that we consume, and how we can adapt that expertise, knowledge provided, how we can adapt that to our local geographies, our culinary traditions, our personal preferences of food. By choosing this diet, we could in fact drive demand for the right kinds of food. By right, I mean that which is right by the planet, by the people, by people's health. And globally, this planetary health diet favors increasing consumption of a variety of fruits, vegetables, nuts, legumes, and small portions of meat and dairy, but all locally contextualized for what is good for planet and people. So that was really the thinking behind why this competition was necessitated. We thought we needed a competition. All partners, GAIN, EAT, FOLU, Nutrition Connect, and many, many more partners. We thought that this competition was necessitated. And so we came up with 5 categories that therefore catered to all of these important actors within this food value chain. That's why you see these competition categories, which are regulation and policy, which caters to solutions that may be offered by think tanks or policy influencers. We have another category for advertisement and cultural strategies, which we try and target towards individuals and organizations that are involved in the marketing of food, advertising of food, our media agencies probably, or social influencers who can help us maybe bring back the traditional, locally sourced, slowly cooked, healthier foods. Category 3 speaks to food services intervention. And under this category, we look for individuals and organizations that are maybe food retailers or restaurants or private canteens. But those who are leaning towards promoting healthier eating habits. Maybe they have changed their menu choices. Maybe you have designed a new type of retail outlet where if I'm a consumer and I go into your retail shop, then the first thing I see is fruits and nuts and not salty, packaged, fried food items instead. Maybe I have pitched for a more normal, more palatable portion size of food in my restaurant. Maybe I've done an in-store promotion that is conducive for healthier dietary shifts, healthier dietary choices of foods. The 4th category talks about culinary skills. And under this, we are also looking for another important key actor in this food value chain, like individuals and organizations who might be chefs or teachers in the hospitality industry, or simply cooking enthusiasts who are promoting healthy eating in any manner or form that they can. Maybe you have a new format of training culinary professionals. Maybe you have a new manner of preparing a nutritious set of meals and disseminating it within schools or colleges and educational settings. The 5th category caters to the 5th category caters to product level innovations, and that really is catering to the fact that if you have an idea for a new product, if you are a manufacturer of a food item or a beverage item, or you have a new idea, a new solution that you have implemented for delivering healthier foods, that increases access of people to get their hands on these nutritious and more sustainable foods, So these are some examples of solutions for healthier foods, healthier snacks, and that's category 5 if it's product level innovation. I also want to share with you the Eat Lancet report summary, and I will paste it here in the chat if we have chat. Yes, we have chat. This is just for interesting reads, and also the summary report of the Eat Lancet Commission is interesting to read. The other links that we would advise you to refer to is most certainly the website of the competition, which also has a set of resources that you can refer to for more information on exactly these competition categories and why we're doing what we're doing. So how do you make your entry more competitive? Catering to these, first of all, of course, you identify which is the category of the competition that best fits the solution that you have been working on. Is it something that is in a solution for reducing sugary foods taxation? So maybe it's regulation and policy. Is it a new marketing strategy for increasing healthier foods access? So is it advertisement and cultural strategies? And so on and so forth. So is it food service interventions, culinary skills, or product level innovations? Choose the category to which your competitive solution belongs. And complete the application that's available at this website that's mentioned on this slide as well. And the link that I just pasted, nutritionconnect.org/dish hashtag. There is the needs to which you must cater to be competitive are that your solution should be able to highlight the benefit, the health and nutritional benefits that it's bringing forth. So you need to spend some time also to think, and there is a template of a presentation within the application form that you must be able to identify and write a little bit about how your solution resonates with the local context in Kenya, how it resonates with the culture, the food culture, so that its acceptability is maximized. Is the solution accessible, in fact, by the targeted audience to which it is intended? Is it affordable? Can the solution be scaled up? You might be doing this in a cottage industry, for example, or on a small scale. But if this is a great idea, if this is a great proposition solution that's working on a small scale, can this be scaled up and implemented more widely across Kenya and maybe beyond? Does it engage the local community within which you operate? Certainly is conducive to the local conditions and local communities and is acceptable by them. And also to ensure that it has a positive environmental impact, it must not be non-attentive to the planetary impact, the footprint, the carbon footprint, and other environmental impact that the solution has. And surely it's able to highlight the dietary shift that this solution is able to bring about. So the application form gives you multiple chances to think about these things and respond in a creative manner by writing or by presenting in the presentation format. We are indeed calling for solutions and not ideas stage per se, but solutions that have been tried and tested and are acknowledged as promising and having some amount of evidence as, in fact, being solutions for dietary shifts. So these are a few things from my point of view for the submissions. Over to you, Maggie. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Debjani, for elaborating on that. And at this point, I will ask, before we just give you the why and the benefits of getting into the competition and what you will receive if you win, I would ask if you have any questions, please feel free to include them in we have a Q&A section and also maybe the chat. And then in case you'll have also a question and you want to speak to us, you can raise your hand, and Ruth will take note of that, and then we'll be able to have a conversation when we are done. So if you get into this competition, then you're a winner, what are you likely to receive? And this is just to mention but a few, and I hope that will help. Just to mention, we will definitely have an appreciation award for the effort, and each of the 15 finalists, the final finalists in Kenya, will receive at least a 1,000 award as an appreciation. Now, we will ensure that you have national and international media recognition. We will showcase your solution across different platforms. And then in the course of this competition, we will actually get advisory and mentorship or experts from the different areas, so that you're able to refine your solution or your idea further. It will also give you an opportunity to network with other like-minded Kenyans or like-minded people who are within the same space. And that networking may also help us see whether we can be able to build partnerships and work with others. Now, we are doing this as the phase 1 of the competition, which is this year. But there is a likelihood that we'll get into the phase 2 of the competition from the finalists. And this, we are going to look at it in the year 2025. So you get an opportunity to participate and to enter into phase 2 of the competition, which will be more about implementing and scaling your idea. So we are open up to 31st of October, where you can submit your application. You can submit more than one application, though we will look at each application individually. And hopefully by any application that will be received after 11:59 p.m. Local time, 31st, then it's not going to be considered. So once you submit, we will have an evaluation process. And this evaluation process, we will first do it internally, where out of all the applications that we will receive, that is a 250 plus, we are going to shortlist, and internally we shortlist up to get at least 50. And then we have a panel of expert judges who are already waiting and looking forward to these applications. Now, we are going to have the stage where we, as Gain, Eat and FOLU, organizers of the competition, are going to present this your concepts and your ideas or your solutions to the judges. And so that means that make sure that your whatever you put in the presentation is concise, is clear, and somebody can be able to present it. And our 5-bench jury is going to shortlist at least top 25 applicants. Now, those top 25 applicants are also going to get an opportunity. The first opportunity is to engage with advisors, with mentors, who will help them tweak and refine their applications and their submissions, so that at least then you will get a chance to meet the 5 judges, and then you're going to make the presentation yourself to them. And when we make these presentations, it will be against a criteria. I think if you go to the website, you can easily be able to see that criteria. So take note of it. And then please also take note of the weighting, so that you're able to see whatever you propose meets and can be judged against that criteria. And then our judge experts are going to come up with at least the final shortlist of 15. So the 15 are going to be fitted, and they're going to be our initial winners, and they will be announced. And we'll have a final session, or we'll have a day when you're going to recognize them, and this will be on the 26th of November. Now, immediately after that, then we'll have an opportunity to bring all the finalists together so that they can be able to meet. And we'll have sessions also with experts. And then we are going to have an opportunity where you as an applicant or a finalist, you see whether you can be able to work with somebody else in the room. So it will be an opportunity to to look for synergies, to look for partners, to see whether you can be able to work. And in this case, we are saying within the food system, and if you look at the problems that we want to solve, can your application be, can it partner? Can it create synergy with another application and work together for a bigger impact? And we'll do this through a session that we are calling the deal room. So by the end of next month, then we'll know who are the winners, and then we'll be able to know who are the finalists who move to the second phase of the competition. So I hope that clarifies, and then that helps you know that there is opportunity for you to move forward beyond just your individual application. So we are calling you to be part of this change, which is a very interesting and a very compelling case. So that at least we can be able to work together. But apart from just calling you to come and just be an applicant, we are also asking you to spread the word. Spread the word across your networks. We have our social media platforms that we are using. I believe most probably you have seen it through the social media handles that we have. We are running this competition on LinkedIn. We are running it on X. We are running it on Facebook as well as Instagram. But just in case you'd really want to be part of that community that helps us spread the word, you can actually reach out to us, and we can be able to share with you our social media toolkit. And we are also asking that you can be able to help us spread the word and meet as many Kenyans and encourage as many Kenyans to get into this conversation and into this competition. So allow us to put a comma there. We've been speaking a lot, but it is your time to really interact with us and ask the questions that you may be having. So over to you, Ruth, to help us run the Q&A session.
Okay, thanks, Maggie. I know we had one hand raised. That's Alem, and I will allow you to come in, Alem, and speak. So just unmute and speak.
Hello.
Hello, we can hear you clearly.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Before I discuss with something else, I am from Ethiopia. I don't think it is for Ethiopians too. It's only for Kenyans. So I think we will have a chance to do so in Ethiopia too. So let me stop my discussion. I don't want to take your time about questioning you. Am I right?
All right. Thank you, Alem.
Thanks so much, Adam. If I may, super encouraging to see Ethiopia's enthusiasm for this. We are really, really hoping that this can scale up and go beyond Kenya and Indonesia. So if you can help us spread the word, then I'm hoping that this can come next year to you.
Okay, thank you. I will do. Thank you and goodbye.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye.
Right. Thank you. We have another hand raised from Francis. Please come in. Just unmute.
Hi, everyone. So my name is Francis Odura, as you can see. I was wondering, I think you have mentioned somewhere that this competition should only...
Do you want to take...
Yes. So thanks, Praise, for that very good question. If you have looked at the slide deck that we have provided, we have actually asked that you can indicate if this has been, whether you have had support from any other place. And I want to presume that maybe your fear would be, would I be able to win or get into the final if I have been supported previously? So I think at this point we are saying there are many ways where you can be able to have received your support, either technical or otherwise, or funding from, but this shouldn't be a deterrent from you to entering the the competition. So we are saying there must have been some investment for you to be where you have reached or where your solution is. And we are looking at one of the things we are looking at in the competition in these solutions. It is something that is scalable. It is something that can be expanded. Maybe you're at that stage. So we take cognizance that for you to reach where you are, you have gone through some stages. So I hope this this shouldn't be a deterrent, the fact that it's being implemented. Now, remember, this is your solution, and we are looking at, first we want to see, do we have innovative solutions out there? And then once you enter, it helps us to map them and then see with this, maybe in the next phase, how can we help you maybe network or even tweak it better or even get an opportunity to scale it a little further. Debjani, do you want to add anything?
No, I think this is great. Also, I think it's always advisable to keep it transparent, Praise. If there is indeed a partner that helps sponsor this, we would love to know about them. I'm sure they would love to also hear about you going forward with this. Absolutely, we would therefore encourage you to intimate them formally, let them know that this is going forth in this competition. You can acknowledge them in your presentation as well. And so that's some due diligence that you've already completed. And if your entry progresses into the semifinalists and finalists, hopefully, then we continue to acknowledge them formally on platforms as well. So we do our due diligence going forward and hope that they revert with no objections to your taking this forward in this competition.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry guys, I'm back. And I'm not seeing any other hands raised. So probably if there's anyone last one, or Edwin has raised his hand. Edwin, please come in.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I would like just to ask, for example, if you have almost something to do with the two products, can you showcase all of them to be maybe part of that solution?
Maggie, you want to take
that? Please go ahead, Debjani.
So your question, if I understand Edwin correctly, is if you have two solutions that you wish to pitch in the competition, then can you pitch them both together? Yes?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Great. Yeah, absolutely. It's just that there are 5 categories of the competition. So if both your ideas are separate ideas, then do please keep them separate. If they are codependent ideas, then you may want to pitch them together, for example. If there are also 2 solutions that you have that are belonging to 2 different categories of the 5 competition categories, then that's easy for you because you can pitch one solution in one category and your second solution in the other category. If they are not codependent, then that's great to hear as 2 separate entries.
Thank you.
Yeah, you can do more than one, howsoever you wish, and if it's a proven idea, absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin.
Thank you.
Giving a chance to anyone else who has a question. Just having a look at the chat. In case you also wanted to send over during the chat, there isn't one there. Okay. I think Debjani and Maggie, you are quite clear. So I will hand over the session back just in case there's any further or last clarifications. We shall also share this recording as stated earlier. Thanks. Over to you, Maggie.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ruth. And I really want to say a big thank you to all our attendees and those who have participated, and the very good questions. I hope now it's more clear. Two things that I will ask you. If you're here, I can see Debjani has shared some of the links on where you can follow us. Please spread the word. Please make the application. But then in case you have any question, feel free to reach out to us after this. We are happy to engage. We are happy to answer your question. But above everything, I want to wish you all the best in the competition and even as you make your submission. So let me hand it over to Debjani for the final word from her end.
Thanks so much, Maggie. I'm always having trouble in unmuting myself. But yeah, this is super. This is very exciting for all of us. This is new for all of us. So we have high hopes that together with the participants and the esteemed jury, all the co-organizers, EAT, GAIN, FOLU, Nutrition Connect, and partners who are really pushing for better, healthier diets in Kenya and beyond. We're hoping that this Dietary Shifts competition can really make a shift in the way Kenyans eat. Even a small difference can go a long way. It can be a great start for things to come. And that's exactly what we intend to do. Here's to great applications to start flowing in with 15 days, less than 14 days left to go. So thank you so much, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much, and have a good day, and bye to all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.